morning, everyone. I'm Miss Kathy. Welcome back to the DramaNut Facebook page. I'm so excited to be doing these activities with you. I hope that you're having fun with them at home. If you are, please take some pictures and post them on the page. I would love to see the children involved in these activities on the page. So today is session 4, and we're going to do two things. We're going to do a musical freeze game, and then we're also going to do a dramatic movement story that I wrote based on the Aesop's fable, The Ant and the Grasshopper. And we're going to have lots of movement fun with that. I'm going to show you how to do that when we get to that part. So let's get started with musical freeze. Some of you may have played that game before, but some of you may not. It's going to be a little bit different today because I'm alone and I don't have anyone to help me stop the music. The music is going to play continuously, but you're going to need to listen to what I say. I'm going to say things like hop, so you can hop to the music, or sway your arms, or pat your head, whatever I say. And then I'm going to say freeze. When I say freeze, you need to stay frozen, just like a statue, don't move. And then I'm going to give you another direction, and you can keep doing that to the music. So let's begin and have fun together. Let's play musical freeze. Swing your arms side to side. Let's get those wiggles out. I know that everyone's inside from coronavirus, and we definitely need to get our wiggles out. Swing, 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 freeze. Don't move. I see you. And hop. 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 And freeze. Not moving. I'm not moving. You shouldn't be moving. And jump. You can swing your arms while you jump. And freeze. No moving. And skip. Get the arms going. This is fun. I haven't done this in a while. And freeze. Next one, pat your head. Big arm movement. Out, pat, out, in. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and freeze. And jump in place now. You can turn around. Wave those arms. Get them going. And freeze. Shoulders. Touch your shoulders. Get your head from side to side too. Add stuff. It's lots of fun. And freeze. Don't move like a statue. Now bunny hop. We love little bunnies. They're so cute with their noses. And freeze. And fly like a bird. Flap, flap your wings, flap your wings. Ooh, we're flying far. Where are you flying to? I think I'm flying to the islands, the Caribbean somewhere, because it's very cold here today. And freeze. And hop again. On the other foot. And hop. And hop. And freeze. Very good. I'll see you in the next activity. So we have a dramatic movement story, and you're going to be doing motions as I read the story. I'm going to give you certain words, and when you hear those certain words, you're going to do a movement. So you have to listen very carefully while I'm reading, but I'm going to teach you the movements right now. The word look, when you hear it in the story, you're going to put your hand up to your head like you're saluting someone, and you're going to look to the right and then to the left. So that's the word look. Let's practice that now. Look. Great. The next word is dig. So when you hear me say the word dig in the story, you're going to pretend that you're at the beach and digging in the sand, just like this. That's the word dig. So let's practice. Dig. Very good. The next word is pull. When you hear me say the word pull in the story, you're going to pretend that you're pulling on a rope, just like this. Really heavy thing on the end of a rope, and you're going to pull. All right? And then the last word is pile. When you hear me say the word pile in the story, you're going to pull something and lift it up and pile it on top of the other. Just like that. Let's try that one. Pile. Very good. I think we're ready to start our story. There once was an ant named Alexander. Alexander would work hard with his family to find and store food. They stored food so that they would have something to eat during the long, cold winter, when it was scarce to find. Finding and storing the food was extremely hard, but working together is the key as to how ants get things done. And hopefully we do that together. As humans, we work together to get things done. Every day was the same. Alexander and his family would look for the food, and they would dig for the food. If you're digging at home, dig a big hole. And they would pull the food. Oh, this is hard work, isn't it? And then they would pile the food. Oh, I see your big piles at home. Alexander and his ant family worked hard all summer long, and they were very proud of how much food that they were able to store. One day, Alexander was working, and along came a grasshopper. He was hopping by. "Why don't you come and play with me?" he asked Alexander. "You work too hard. Every day I see you look for food and dig for food and then pull the food and pile food." "I am storing food for the winter," said Alexander, "and I think you should do the same." Laughed the grasshopper. "You're such a silly ant. Why should I look for food and dig for food and pull the food and pile the food when there's lots of food here right now? There's a time for work and a time for play," said Alexander. "Suit yourself," said the grasshopper, and he hopped away. Soon the winter came. It came much sooner than the grasshopper anticipated. There were no leaves on the trees, and the snow was falling. The grasshopper could not find a place to stay, much less find any food to eat. He thought about Alexander. "Dear me," he said, "Alexander was so smart. He used his time wisely during the summer to look for food and dig for food and pull the food and pile the food." "I am so hungry and I'm so cold and now I have nothing to eat and nowhere to stay warm. The grasshopper hopped very quickly to Alexander's house, and he knocked on the door, and Alexander opened it. And he said, "Hello, Grasshopper, it's so good to see you. Would you like to come in and play?" "Hello, Alexander, Aunt. I'm so sorry I laughed at you this summer," said the grasshopper. "I should have used my time more wisely to look for food and dig for food and pull the food and pile the food. Because now I'm hungry and I have nothing to eat and nowhere warm to stay." "That's okay, Grasshopper," said Alexander. "I have lots of food and a warm place to live, and I will share it with you because you are my friend." "Oh, thank you, Alexander. You're a very good friend. And I have learned a very important lesson. There is a time to work and there is a time to play. And I promise that next summer I will work right alongside you to look for food and dig for food and pull the food and pile the food so that I will have a lot to eat and will never have to go hungry again. Thank you. Very good job. I hope you enjoyed this at home. I will see you again soon for session 5 on the DramaNut Facebook page.